Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing well today. I'm doing okay, I guess. Got way too much stuff on my TiVo, so it makes this uh, a little time consuming sometimes to get this video started. Anyways, this is my review of the mid-season finale, aka season episode 8 of season 10 of The Walking Dead. The episode is entitled The World Before. And we'll get started. Of course, last week we ended with the cliffhanger of Dante killing Sadiq. And like someone I was watching here on YouTube was talking about some people thought Sadiq didn't die. I'm like that guy. Normally when they have the in memoriam thing on Talking Dead, someone's died. Now maybe I can see though the people that only watch online that don't watch Talking Dead or don't stay up late enough to watch Talking Dead or don't record it or don't care about it, then yeah, you might not see that stuff, and I could see how that could come about. But if you watch and you watch Talking Dead, you should know. And people should actually speak up instead of letting people think stuff, but whatever. The backstory with Dante is interesting. Not very interesting, but interesting enough. And it, even as much as they do try to vet people, you can see how it would be hard in the apocalypse to not believe a living being over a non-living being. And especially with their need for doctors and anyone with medical abilities, you can just see why they would not even think twice. I don't know, you would think. Now I could see a lot of the things like the graffiti and stuff, you know, with not a lot of power. I can see people not looking out in the middle of the night to see who's doing graffiti. I can even see him getting away with smothering the old lady. But the water, you would think people would watch the water. Because, you know, they don't have, they don't have a lot of choice in water, so, I don't know. I would watch the water. The bit with Rosita and him talking in Spanish, that was alright. You know, it makes the show at least appeal to other people. And I'm glad that Sadiq actually got to be a zombie. And it's a pretty tense scene, you know, him going for Coco and Rosita fighting and trying to save Coco. You know, her having to kill him. He had a wonderful death, I thought, and I like that she really laid into Dante. And that's all in the cold open. I mean, that's in like 7 minutes. So, I mean, they got a lot in that first 7 minutes. And that first 7 minutes was quite enjoyable. To me, this is still sort of up and down, though. Because then you have Aaron and Gamma, and it just kind of peters back out. I mean, you've got them all interrogating Dante, but really, I mean, he's been with them. He couldn't know that much. And yeah. And Michonne and Judith and all them going in the library, it's alright. It seems like I've seen that scene before somewhere, though. And maybe it's just something I've dreamed up in my head, but it was a good scene. Just not really that forwarding the plot that much to me. This is one of those extra long episodes, so I hope my video is not for 100 hours long. But sometimes it is what it is. Gabriel doing the funeral, I thought that was real good. It's funny how sometimes they can all get together very quickly, you know, because you had like Ezekiel there, and then like sometimes they seem like they're a million miles away. It's kind of continuity that gets annoying on this show. Rosita fighting the walkers. She has had a practice. I mean, she's been pregnant. She's been inside, and even though she's been training, she's still out of practice. And you know you're bad off when Eugene has to come save your ass. I thought she may have been bitten though during that. I hope we don't find out, you know, when the season starts back that she's been bitten, because that would suck. Not just because I think she's very attractive, but because I like the character, and I like that they actually did a little more with her than they did in the comic. She was one of the Pike people in the comic. I like that they did more with Gabriel too. Gabriel's a dick in the show, but he's a lot more of a dick in the comics. Them chasing down the guy at Oceanside, I mean, all that's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of distraction, you know. I'm sure some people enjoyed it. I enjoy it when Judith stops the guy. I think that's pretty neat that she would, you know, cut him down like that. But you know, I don't know. I would be worried more about the walkers when they had that many walkers around than stopping that dude. But I'm surprised that they didn't do an ambush for Carol and Daryl and the merry band of people that they took into Whisperer territory. But I don't know, I'm glad that Carol and Daryl kind of had a talking, falling out, you know, because somebody need to tell Carol something. She's just kind of off the rails. At least she's off the speed, though, as far as I can tell, which, you know, that loss and mourning and substance abuse can be very dangerous. Like I said, I've liked this season so far. It's been fairly good for the most part. I know it's funny, every season a lot of, like, half the people like, this is the worst season they've ever had, and then the other half, oh, it's the best one in years. The only one I've really had a really hard time trying to make it through was 7. It was mainly filler all the time. Now, a lot of people hated 6. I don't know why. It seemed like it had action every week except for 1. But, I don't know. Like I said, I've enjoyed them all but 7. And this one, it's been pretty solid. It's been a lot better than the back half of Fear the Walking Dead, which the first half of Fear the Walking Dead I thought was pretty good. And then they just shit the bed entirely. And the second half was just limped across the finish line. I don't trust the guy that Michonne's going with, but maybe she will get what she needs. Maybe she'll run into the helicopter people, and maybe, you know, she'll find Rick, because she's got to leave here soon. I thought she's leaving the first half of the season, but she'll probably leave maybe right when we come back from the break in February. I don't know. I do like that the cliffhanger ended with him in the cavern with all the walkers. That was pretty neat. And yeah, can't wait till February. Hope it's worth anticipation. I think it will be. The Whisper War they're kind of actually stretching it out. It's only like 6, I think, comic song in the comic, and that's really dividing it over like 16 episodes. It's actually way too much for that, in my opinion. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. I know this is longer than hell, but there won't be any more Walking Dead reviews, Fear the Walking Dead reviews, or that newest show doesn't even start until sometime in spring, probably right after the main show gets done in April. So yeah, this will be the last one of these of any type until February. So until then, we'll see you around. Of course, you know me, I'll have a YouTube gym tomorrow and my Friday video this week. And I mean, if I win the lottery, like always, y'all will know. Anyways, bye.